Hello, my name is Kristina Castronovo. I'm a NeuroGraphica instructor and aesthetic coach. And today, in the framework of the project LadyLeader, I'm going to present you one new NeuroGraphica model called Happy Hour. When you have a hard day, or in general, a hard, overwhelming, tiring period in your life, you feel lost, tired. So what you can do, you can draw a clock of the algorithm called Happy Hour. And compared to the usual clock, the classic one that has 12 hours, you have to make 24 divisions. So 1, 2, 4, and each of the 4 will be 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's recount. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. By the way, you can also be approximate and try to draw this 24, but if you see that you made it more or less, this is totally fine. This is your perception of your day. So you can also check how does it feel actually if you have those 24 hours or less, and what does it mean for you. So if you draw a particular day, so you can actually stick to that day, or if it is like a longer period that you feel like all the days are similar, I'm overwhelmed and so on, so you can choose kind of a symbolic random day from this period and more or less draw a common day of that period. Okay, so on each hour, write the things that you remember that you did or you have to do. Yeah, so for example, if I'm drawing today's day, I could say that here will be 0, 0, by the way, yeah, that I don't know, I woke up at this hour somewhere, yeah, woke up, and then what I did, some morning routines. And this can also be kind of, on your feeling. So you don't have to be super precise and like check in your calendar or agenda. No need for this. This is more on how do you perceive your day? What do you actually remember? What stays in your mind and in your body sensations about your day? Okay, so then I don't know, I dedicated the whole morning to NeuroGraphica drawings. Maybe I will stick it to some particular hours, yeah, and maybe to a bigger period of time. And then, yeah, remember here I had some other problems to solve and some financial problems. And each of these things you mark with some shapes and preferably as circles. So write the keywords inside. And I remember that still today I have to do some project planning tasks and do some calls. And then I want to plan tomorrow's day for some excursions, for example. And then of course I have to cook, and then by the way I did some home tasks here, homework and cooking and preparing to meet the kid and how to go to the kindergarten and on the evening routine. So I would call it kindergarten somewhere here. And you see, at this point, I don't even think what time exactly it was. And I just continue to fill in my my clock here, and then I know I will have the pre-sleeping routines. Okay, and then there will be night. Okay, and this is all on your feeling. Now explore, please. What do you actually see in your clock? How busy it is. First, rationally analyze if you managed to remember all the things that you did and you have to do, or something is missing. Or did you maybe added something that might not be there? Are these actual tasks that you did and you dedicated time to? Or rather, it is just the feeling of hardness. And especially if you look at the circles, at the shapes that you drew inside, are they representing the size of the task and the amount of the time that you invested, or rather the hardness that you remember, that you associate with that task? So in my case, for example, I clearly see these big circles here, this and this, but when I actually think how much time I should dedicate to this, I don't think that it is similar to reality. It is rather showing my attitude, my overwhelmed perception of the tasks, these particular tasks. Yes. Have a rational look and see if some parts of the day are more busy or less busy. Where do you see too many things and where there are still free places? For example, I don't know, I see that it looks the bigger tasks are here, while here it is crowded with a lot of small things, and you see how I drew them with a lot of like darker lines, so it gives me even more pressure here, to say truth. And now think that you have a chance to reshape your day. What would you like to manage to do during the day to feel happy? You can make a list. Maybe you would like to sleep longer. You would like to have 1 hour not doing anything. Maybe reading a book. Maybe learning for a new hobby. Maybe having a walk. Maybe actually working more, but on some particular tasks. Maybe creating new methods. Okay? And so on. So make the list of the desired things that you would like to make and that are not there. Now have a rational look at your clock. Is there any free place for one or more such desired ideas? So I see, for example, there is some place here. So now I could add it. If you wish, you can take another color. I would put maybe sleep longer here, yeah? Or nothing. Here, I would say that I would like to reshape, maybe make one of these circles smaller, and instead put another circle inside with some hobby. So whenever you reshape, make it either with a different color or make it more clear, yeah, more visible when you reshape. Okay. And maybe here I could put my work instead for all those project works. Yeah? And when I will use colors, pencils, I could mark it even more clearly. Okay. Yeah, here before to sleep I could squeeze a small reading of the book. Yeah, makes me feel good. Maybe I want to cross away some tasks. Yeah, these I would cross away. Those bothering things. Yeah? So I leave what I want to leave and I absorb that feeling, how it is to have still a busy day, but with some things different as I want them to be. Okay, so the next step, when we have the composition and the reshaped composition, we should do the rounding part. The rounding part, you see here I could round. So I add the lines, see the interconnections. Yes, and whenever there is any crossing in between the circles and the line, you can do the rounding. So skipping the sharp corners. Instead, smoothing all of them. And while I'm rounding, as usually in NeuroGraphica coaching, I should scan myself by 4 points of attention, which are thoughts, what I think about. I think that I didn't write the numbers on the clock, but just made those small sticks, for example. Yeah. And if I think whatever I think, I should stick this phrase also to my topic. What does it mean in my topic? What does it mean that I don't write down the numbers? I just make the sticks. What are the sticks? And I call them sticks, for example. Okay. This is true that I rather think of the length of time that I need for each task. I don't stick to I should do it in the morning or in the evening. Like how many things should be done. Okay, so this is one small insight maybe. The second thing should be emotions or feelings. Despite I'm drawing a very overwhelming and tiring topic, I actually feel very relaxed, for example. Calm. What are the other emotions that you can name for you in this moment? Are you stressed, worried, angry, annoyed, or happy, or curious, or anything else? The third point of attention is body sensations. Maybe my feet are freezing, telling me, let's go for a walk. Maybe my hand is already tired to draw, so let's do something different. Maybe I'm getting hungry. My body also reminds me about my actual needs. Draws attention to some important sensations that might be associated also with feelings, with emotions. So observe, what does it mean that you have that, this or that sensation in different parts of the body? And the fourth point of attention is visions. So your visual thoughts about the topic, these might be visual memories or visualizations of the future of your desired happy hour. Okay, so we are ready with the rounding, having enough neural lines in a harmonized clock. You can also add some lines in the phone in the background. The clock is more connected to the universe, to the surrounding environment. Balanced. Okay. The next step, of course, we do the prototyping with some coloring. So please color in a way that you unite at least two cells standing close to each other by the same color. At least two, but this might be also more. Which colors do you use? What do they mean for you? Which circles, which tasks did you start to color as the first ones? Why? What does it mean? Observe if you still can see the keywords written inside. Sometimes when you start rounding, actually the words kind of disappear, they dissolve. This is also a very interesting effect in NeuroGraphica drawing, when you actually forget about the tasks or forget about the hard feeling that you had there because of that task. So here, for example, I cannot read anymore what I wrote there. And I still observe myself and scan by the 4 points of attention. What I think about, what I feel. What makes sense in my body. Observe this new, more vivid clock of your day, where you decide how you want it to be, where it is still full, but it is full of the thing that you want. And it is more harmonic. Some color also in the background. These can be more colors, not just one. Okay. The next step is field lines. As you might guess, in this model, which is called the happy hour or join the clock, we are still missing the arrows. So the arrows will be the field lines. So I would like to ask you to close your eyes and without looking, draw 2 arrows. See now, where does it mark? What does it point to? So, explore, what does it say to you? And what are the hours of the day that should become the happy hours? Where can you squeeze the happy moments? Try to count as well what hour it is. So I see it is in the morning, and then after the kindergarten time, for example. And the main things that I see is sleeping more and having hobby. So I can pay more attention to this. And then the fixation, you can take another marker. You can make a rational choice and choose one of the already existing circles of tasks, or you can also close your eyes and draw a circle without looking somewhere in your picture. It's not very clear, so I think we'll do it this way. Here is my fixation, the final figure, which is not big actually. And this is my result, what I should pay attention to here and now. If you want, you can strengthen it with some extra color inside, with some highlighter. And here is my very modest fixation, very integrated fixation here in the evening hour after the kindergarten, that is usually running just for routines without noticing this time, but it can be actually a valuable time. Yes. So it makes me reflect and think. So this is what your happy hour model is trying to tell you. Pay attention to the arrows. Understand what is missing and where you could squeeze in the desired tasks and which ones you could take away. And actually pay attention where in the clock, where in your day of 24 hours there could be differences, as well as pay attention to the final fixation. What should be the very first thing you should change in your behavior, in your daily routine? Enjoy your insights and good luck with your new day.